Fishin Affliction. Hello.
Rise and shine. It's Fishin Affliction time for those who got it bad.
Well, Mom and Dad's grab the kids, it's time for the fishing show. Me and old Rusty's gonna go catch 'em down at the fishing hole. Well, you better stick around, cause you don't know what you're missing. Yeah, me and old Rusty's got that fishing affliction. Grab your hats, grab your baits, and don't forget your poles. We're gonna fire up that old Ranger boat and head to the fishing hole. We're gonna try to catch a biggin', yeah, that's what we're wishing. Cause me and old Rusty's got that fishing affliction. Yeah, me and old Rusty's got that fishing affliction. Yeah. Man, and we've got it bad.
We got that fishing affliction.
Just like me. Here, fishy, fishy here, fishy, fishy here, fishy, fishy here.
Rise and shine. It's Fishin' Affliction time, and thank you so much for tuning in again this morning. This is your old pal Matthew Gillen, the voice of Fishin' Affliction here at the HD Studios. This morning, we return to the scene of the crime. Dan, the Big Dawg, and Prostaffer slamming Sam Lashlee are taking you back to the Bassassination on Kentucky Lake, Part 2. Coming up at the end of the show, our weekly Team Fishin' Affliction t-shirt giveaway. Now, if your name is in this bucket right here, I might be calling your name next. If you haven't entered, stay tuned. Sit back and relax and enjoy the Bassassination of Kentucky Lake Part 2 on Fishin' Affliction TV.
Well, there's another one. We're Bassasinating one. You know what?
There's been 100 fish caught already on.
You know what, Sambo? There's one. That's a better fish there.
Well, folks, you just heard me say that there's been over 100 fish caught on film. And although that's a slight exaggeration, I'll tell you that the guys did catch around 50 fish in the first 30 minutes of filming. And the action wasn't over.
Yeah, I'm going to let him whip me. He's just staying down better. Just where I had him hooked. Good solid keeper. Good solid keeper.
Good one, Big Dawg. Good fish. Oh, yes.
Let's see if we
Wow.
can jump in the boat. That's a good 3/4 and a half. Yep. Good fish. I'm trying to keep them off the bottom. I hate them when they got them hooks like that. It's a good solid fish.
Well, folks, one thing you got to remember about the Big Dawg and Sam is that these two men have about a 20-year history of fishing tournaments together. And they've got a method of doing it that's been extremely successful, and they've got a tremendous legacy, both individually and collectively. And when they get into the fish like this, they go into what they call tournament mode. And that means casting and catching, casting and catching, and casting and catching a whole bunch of fish on those Strike King baits.
Nice fish, Big Dawg. Another solid keeper. Good solid keeper. Good solid keeper. I'm gonna tell you, don't ever buy you a Series 5 XD if you just like to cast. Because I'm gonna tell you, you can't just come out here and have casting practice.
Are you throwing the XD or the regular 5?
I'm throwing the XD.
I'm throwing the regular 5.
I'm throwing the XD.
I'm throwing the regular 5. What are you throwing?
The XD.
I'm throwing the regular 5.
Well, folks, no matter what Strike King bait they decided to throw, there was one thing for sure. The Big Dawg and Sam were steady catching fish after fish and having a good time doing it.
I'm the same place you hung out. 5 sets of doubles, 6 sets of doubles, something like that. Look, don't be hanging the big dog, man.
Well, folks, what a great lesson we're getting on how to fish as a team. As you can see, the fishing action is literally non-stop. It's almost every cast these guys got to fish on. And I don't want you to miss the teamwork that's going on. So watch this, folks. Sam is about to catch a fish here in just a couple seconds. And when he sets the hook on this fish, he's going to put himself in a position to land this fish. Now the big dog backs up and immediately gets on the trolling motor to keep this boat in the proper position so they can stay on this school, therefore allowing some more Kentucky Lake side sliding. Is that the Kentucky Lake side slide?
Hey, he's not even fun. Look at him with that. There you go.
Man, that's a nice fish, Sam.
He's going crazy. That's a good,
that's a beautiful fish.
I mean a good solid fish. I'll take them all day.
Boy, isn't that pretty, Sam? Sam, what do you think's happening with the fish, with the waters being so high?
I think that what's happened is the water being so high, these fish, when they come off the bed, they're going to start keying on shad. Keying on shad, that's what they're going to be on. You find the shad with the water this high, wherever you find them on, they're going to be on gravel, I'll guarantee it. You can catch them, and we will catch them on the river today, but we're in the back of a creek right now, and we're catching smaller fish. The one thing that does concern me is we caught the 5.5, and we've had 4s. That's not going to win you any tournaments on this lake. You know, you need the 6s is what you need. So we'll have fun on these, and then we'll go out to the river and see if we can't find some bigger fish here in a little while.
But first, we'll let the big dog have a little fun.
We'll have some fun. We've had some fun.
Well, folks, Sam is right. We are having fun there in the wilds of Kentucky Lake, and in a minute, we'll be right back. But right now, let's go see some pictures from this week's
In the Wild.
Well, folks, nothing like children and fishing. That's Dad Daniel, and that's his son Dawson right there holding up some crappie. And here's Dawson bringing in a good-sized bluegill while he was doing some fishing with his granddad down on Cheatham. Now, these next pictures were sent to us from Mr. Ryan Lee. That's him on the left, and that's his daughters Adrian and Chloe. And look at that mess of catfish they got into. And this last picture, well, the camera caught Dad doing a little bit more than just fishing. We call that cat kissing. Folks, you can send your pictures to pics@fishandaffliction.com, and be sure to visit the picture galleries there at fishandaffliction.com and send us those pictures, because maybe you'll see them right here on the big screen.
In the Wild. Your pictures in the wild. Brought to you by Express Pull and Save. Your home for low price, self-serve auto parts, saving you money.
When I developed the Sexy Shad color, I was looking for what a shad looks realistically in the water. I wanted the same color in the back, in the sides, in the belly, that yellow line. I wanted that glow. When that bait moves through the water, I want it to look like the real thing. And that's what the Sexy Shad does. The Sexy Shad looks so realistic that I know a bass can't pass it up. There's only one original Sexy Shad, and that's the one that I designed for Strike King. Did I tell you? It's sexy.
Conveniently located, Express Pull and Save offers a huge and continually updated inventory of vehicles for your automotive needs. Their simple, state-of-the-art customer service terminal will help you locate parts so you can pull and save. Bumpers, tail lights, wheels and rims, switches, mirrors, seats, and much more. The friendly, courteous staff at Pull and Save make it so easy, even if you're the big dog.
Hey, Big Dog.
What?
Pull and Save's on that side of the fence.
But don't you think these will look good on the Ranger?
Express Pull and Save, saving you money. Smyrna Ready Mix is an established company that handles business daily with integrity and professionalism. Whether you're a general contractor, professional builder, or do-it-yourself homeowner, SRM has your concrete solutions. With several locations in the Middle Tennessee area to serve you, the only call you need to make is to SRM, ready to serve you with integrity and professionalism.
Imagine you were thrown overboard and your vacant boat is speeding towards you with nothing to stop it.
Now imagine that you're wearing your engine kill switch. The engine would shut off as soon as you were thrown overboard, as the kill switch lanyard is pulled away from the dash. Your boat is floating several yards away from you.
This situation is not something that you can predict, but it is something you can prepare for. Wear your engine kill switch and kill the engine before it can kill you.
The Tournament Trail for those who've got it bad. Brought to you by SRM, Smyrna Ready Mix. Serving you with professionalism and integrity.
Well, folks, here's the tournament trail results from Mike's Thursday night tournament on Percy Priest held on May 26th. First place with 13.13 pounds, the team of Danny McLeod and Hassan Mohadam. Second place with 7.93 pounds, the team of Jacob Stevenson and Alex Martin. Now, first big fish was also caught by the team of Danny and Hassan, and it weighed 4.89 pounds. And second big fish was caught by Randy Lane and Jack Nichols, and it weighed 4.11 pounds. Congratulations to all those who participated, and thanks to SRM for sponsoring the tournament trail. And now, folks, back to Fishin' Affliction. Folks, welcome back to Fishin' Affliction, and this segment of the show is brought to you by Clark Marine down in Franklin, Tennessee. They offer the very best of Ranger boats, Triton boats, Sea Arcs, Express aluminum boats, Sea Rays, and Veranda pontoon boats. And folks, they have been serving you with excellence for over 30 years. For all your boating needs, be sure to see Stuart and the award-winning team of Clark Marine and check out their incredible interactive website at clarkmarine.com down in Franklin, Tennessee.
The good Lord is blessing us today for sure.
Amen.
Well, folks, there's no doubt that the good Lord is blessing Sam and the Big Dawg with catching a bunch of fish. And I'm in the back of the boat getting my own kind of blessing, which would be videoing these guys bassasinating them on Kentucky Lake. And I know it's a blessing, and I'm not complaining, but that doesn't mean I don't want to get in on the Bassassination on Kentucky Lake, and I'm trying to figure out how. I knew I should have tied that jig on back in Hendersonville.
Yeah, I thought you crankbait. Or you take that big spinnerbait and thump it on the bottom, you might have Godzilla hit it.
Well, folks, I picked up that Strike King Series 5 XD, and I made one cast, and I caught a future Godzilla of Fishin' Affliction. A lot of fun. This is not a movie fish for either of you guys, but when you do this, I mean, they grow, don't they? You've done that. I learned that trick from you.
There you go. It's hard to catch fish when everybody else in front of you is keeping you on the camera, isn't it, Dan?
I tell you what, it's fun, actually. I'll tell you, you guys have, it's two vacuums in the front of the boat. It's like a trawler going through, man. Well, after I caught my fish, the guys continued with the Bassassination. Oh, man.
First cast.
Big Dawg, my line. Here, this is all in the way.
Throw the jig, throw the jig. Y'all wouldn't believe me. What did I tell you? Oh,
woo!
Look at that fish.
Man, Sam.
Gosh,
goodness.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
There's a good fish. Did he break the line?
Yeah, because it was wrapped in somebody else's line. That's a good one. This is on a Strike King.
Football
nice
jig.
One. See how that fish is all roughed up from the spawn?
Wow.
Just come off bed. That's on a Strike King. That's my favorite right there. Strike King football headed jig with a Rage chunk Okeechobee crawl. It'll catch them.
Now, was that the first cast, Sam?
First cast with the jig. Just like I told you.
Well, folks, there's one thing for sure. When Sam Lashlee tells you to throw a certain Strike King bait, you better listen, because there's no doubt that he knows what he's talking about. And not only will he talk about it, but he'll also show you.
Go to the right. Good show. Got another good keeper.
Look at those marks on that fish.
On the Strike King football head jig.
Awesome. Well, folks, there's no doubt that that was an unbelievable amount of fish in that school that Sam put us on that morning time. And I want to remind you that all of the fishing action that you've seen here on this episode and the last episode is only the first 30 minutes of the day when we started fishing. And after the morning bite slowed down, it was time to take those Strike King baits and do a little flipping and pitching in the flooded brush of Kentucky Lake.
Well, if you got to catch one, that's a good way as any. I knew I was on something. I was dragging it. There's my
That's one heck of a trailer.
bass. What is that? Some kind of vine or something? How deep's the lake now, Sam? How much over full pull is it?
7 foot.
7 foot, and it was what, at 10? 9 or 10?
It was at 373, which is 14 foot over summer pool, and that's the highest, to my recollection, that's the highest it's ever been in history. So we're dealing with record floods right now.
Another fish rolls right there.
Record flood.
Well, folks, there's so much beauty in the day that God creates, and I love sharing these moments with you. This red-winged blackbird was sitting there watching us trying to catch fish, and I was watching him watching us. And I'll tell you another thing that I was watching. I was watching the incredible fishing ability of Sam Lashlee. There is no doubt that this man is a fish-catching machine.
He's bad, isn't he?
He's bad, little thing.
Good chunky fish.
On the football hand.
Imagine that.
Nice little pretty fish.
It is.
See if we can get another.
Well, folks, as the guys continue with their Bassassination on Kentucky Lake, let's hear from the voice of Fishin' Affliction, Mr. Matthew Gillen, as he tells us about the weekly Clark Marine Team Fishin' Affliction special.
Here's a 2010 Triton 21 HP with Elite Dual Console, Mercury 250 Pro SX, in-console HDS7, HDS5 on the bow, Motor Guide TR82, and more. Call now for special pricing or cruise in and see Stewart and the award-winning team at Clark Marine Sales, Paytonsville Road, exit 61 off I-65, Franklin, Tennessee.
In the Skillet with Chef Vicki Porter is brought to you by Cleepy.com, turning your precious memories into video treasures.
Welcome to In the Skillet. I'm Vicki Porter, and today we have another installment of our quick, delicious, and healthy snacks to take fishing. And today I'm going to show you how to make my cucumber pita sandwiches. And now for the ingredients. You will need cream cheese, sour cream, dry Italian seasonings, cucumber, alfalfa sprouts, olive oil, red wine vinegar, tomatoes, banana peppers, avocados, pita bread, and salt and pepper. First, we're going to make our pita spread by putting the cream cheese, sour cream, and Italian seasonings into a food processor and getting it all mixed together. Now let's build our pitas. First, put the spread into your pita and put as much as you like. Then add all the rest of your ingredients. Add your cucumbers, and then put your tomatoes, avocado, bean sprouts, banana peppers, salt and pepper, and a little bit of red wine vinegar on top. You can eat as many of these pita sandwiches as you want to and not feel guilty because all the ingredients are healthy. You can find this recipe at my new website, intheskillet.com. I'm Vicki Porter. Tune in next week to see what's cooking in the skillet.
It's maybe kind of like if you kind of steady, and if you pop it a little bit, you know.
It's kind of like this, all over, like that.
There's no way I'm going to do that.
I believe it's like this. It's like this.
Yeah, it's kind of like this.
No way.
It does a lot of this.
Kind of like this. The sexy swimmer, it's got action you can't believe until you see it. There.
Did
June is a great month for bluegill and kids to catch those. Look, bluegill are spawning in June. You can find their beds all over the place. Kids don't matter what size the fish are. They just want to catch them. And Free Fishing Day is coming up on June the 11th in Tennessee. I don't care who you are, where you are. If you come to Tennessee and fish a public lake, it's Free Fishing Day. You don't have to have a license. You just got to follow the rules and regulations.
For hunters only. Brought to you by Fishin Affliction. For those that it bad, both on the water and in the woods.
Well, folks, here's the footage from Affliction Prostaffer Catfish's last gobbler of the season. First, after seeing these birds in the field, he snuck in and made a quick setup. After calling on the Mad Illuminator and the Billy Yargis mouth call, this hen came in. And it wasn't long before this gobbler started heading towards catfish. Well, as this gobbler closes the distance, the strutter comes in to the right, but he's just out of range. So catfish focuses his attention back to the other gobbler.
Well, it worked out pretty good this evening. I saw these gobblers when I come in and got around in the front of them where I thought they would come through. I didn't get the strutter. He didn't come close enough whenever he went by. But this one, he came a little bit closer.
Well, folks, for hunters only, we'll be back right before deer season. And now, back to Fishin Affliction. Folks, welcome back to Fishin Affliction, and this segment of the show is brought to you by Deca Batteries, U.S. Reel, Seagar Fluorocarbon Fishing Line, Mustad Hooks, Blakemore's Reel Magic, Onyx Life Jackets, Stay in Charge Charging Systems, and Tournament Wear.
That's going to be a decent fish. Nice. Yeah, that's a good fish.
Football head jig, Big Dawg?
Yeah, I went to a little bit different color rage crawl. Had a little more chartreuse to it.
What you throwing, Rusty?
Here, give me some sugar.
What you throwing?
All right, back to work.
Because it is work, right?
Huh?
It is work.
Hey, the Titans get to play football, we get to fish.
Well, folks, I like it. A new saying. The Titans get to play football, and we get to fish. And the Big Dawg gets to play with his new cell phone as Sam catches another fish.
Right, you got me.
Almost.
Yes, it's Rusty.
Well, folks, after the Big Dawg got done with his phone call, it was time to put another largemouth in the boat.
Solid fish.
I like your technique there, Rusty.
I saw it on Bassmaster. Another good solid fish on the jig. We slowed down on crankbait. We're going to work with the jig now and going for our 6th limit. 7, I don't know.
More than that, I'd say.
That's a better fish, isn't it? Come on back here.
Oh, that feels like a good one. Here it comes.
He don't want to jump. You made him mad.
Look, I got somebody's line.
You got yours? That's me, probably, Sam.
He's probably got Dan's jig in his throat.
No, that's a crankbait line.
Another little chunk. Barely a keeper.
Get my stuff out of the way here. Sam, just a slow drag.
Slow drag like a Carolina rig, actually. A little fish, he felt bigger.
Sam, do you refer to that as the tournament release right there? That's the quick. That's quicker than the HD camera can see.
That big, they're not. Little one, don't think you're gonna make it.
This is not a movie star fish, Sam.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
Well, after playing with these little Kentucky Lake largemouths, it was time to do something on Kentucky Lake that the guys had never done before.
God, that looks good.
That's funny. He brought this. That's funny.
Oh my gosh, my mouth is just watering.
Sam, is this the typical fare for Kentucky Lake?
No, that looks fantastic.
You know, I turn around and look. The last time we were fishing, I'm going, what are you eating? He's like, sushi? Like, don't everybody eat sushi?
You know, sushi, of course.
I'm a sushi fan.
Well,
here, grab one of these.
You got one.
Let me take a picture of this. Hold on.
Here, wait, hold on, wait. Here, as do the full effect. Watch this.
Let me get all of them before you pick one up. All right, there you go.
Well, that's only rack one.
Well,
You're gonna have
so
to,
big.
and there's some sauce right there now. Chopsticks in a Ranger boat. Yeah, absolutely. There's some sauce right there, Sam. How'd you do? This is Mama's 4th time to try it.
Yeah.
Sushi, anybody? Well, folks, as you can see, it's only lunchtime here on Kentucky Lake. We're not even halfway through with our trip, and we got so many more fish to show you that we're going to have to do it again next week. So please tune in next week for the Bassassination of Kentucky Lake Part 3. And folks, don't forget to go to our brand new online store there at fishandaffliction.com because we've got a bunch of goodies for you. So tune in to Fishin' Affliction next week, and you'll hear the Big Dawg say.
Let me tell you what, Pee Wee Herman don't even get whooped that bad.
This week's winner of the great-looking Team Fishin' Affliction t-shirt made by ACP Specialties in Hendersonville is Teresa Hughes of Nashville, Tennessee. Everyone who enters will be qualified for the Fishin' Affliction Grand Prize drawing later this year. So get your entry in now at fishandaffliction.com. As always, a big thank you to all of our national and local sponsors for providing us with the most advanced technology and highest quality products and services. Be sure to visit each of our partners online through the sponsor links page on our official website at fishandaffliction.com. And this is your old pal Matthew Gillen, the voice of Fishin' Affliction TV, hoping that you'll tune in next week, because there's no doubt that Dan and the Big Dawg got it bad. They've got Fishin' Affliction for those who got it bad.
Rusty's catching today.
I'll bet you anything.
Here, watch it like
You'll
this.
hit a striking bait. Let's go.
Ain't nothing safe around me.